Okay, in regards to cleaning the gun, basically oil it and oil it often and regularly check. These really have a tendency to rust, and quite rapidly. If you guys don't have a moisture trap inside your safes already, buy one. You want to avoid as much moisture on this gun as possible. You can get ones that you plug into the wall and they're electronic. You can get disposable ones. You can actually even get ones that are rechargeable through the microwave. You heat them up and they become useful again, and they can last another 3 months. But whatever you do, you must always check this gun for rust. Common areas for it to occur are obviously on the receiver. I found on the mag release button as well, the trigger, the safety. I haven't noticed anything in the action yet, but apparently people have even brought these guns from the shop and it's been rusted already. I haven't had any issues with rusting on the barrel yet, but basically, yeah, the receiver, the trigger, the mag release, any kind of metal part on this rifle at the moment rusts up. So guys have gone and got them Cerakoted to avoid rusting, but you really need to be on top of that to make sure it doesn't get too bad, because it can take only a matter of weeks to start showing signs of rust. But you do need to clean it and clean it often. A lot of the issues that people have with the gun not cycling properly after a long time, basically they're not clean guns. I think you need to keep these really clean to have no issues with them. Now the box comes with a tool, a cleaning brush like that one, and it has a slight little bend in it. That's so you can get it up into the action like that. This is good for cleaning just around here, but for the rifling and for the barrel, you definitely want to use a bore snake, and a bore snake for the caliber, 223 caliber. This one here is a basic, I think it's a Hops one, has the 2 brushes there and all that area there for cleaning. You just drop that down your barrel, brass weight, and pull it through. Now I do that every now and then, and it does work quite well. In fact, I'm very impressed with the bore snakes working. But you definitely want to clean this after using. Huge variety of accessories available make this a very attractive model to shooters who love to customize their firearms. Most of the gear for the 870 shotgun can be adapted for the 7615 and the 7600, with this receiver being similar to the 20 gauge. You can purchase all sorts of forends, ones that have tri-rail or one-rail Picatinny system for a grip or attach lights or lasers. You can also take these sights off and put a Weaver or Picatinny railing system on the top here for scopes. Because the receiver is very similar, there are systems that you put in a mount through these bolts or through these pins, which cover all the way down the rifle. You can also get heat shields for the rifle. The stock can be easily removed by unscrewing 2 pins at the back here and undoing the bolt, the main bolt at the bottom here at the base of the stock. That can be removed and placed with a variety of stocks. Now the laws for the stocks in Australia will depend on which state you're in. We aren't allowed to own detachable, folding or adjustable or collapsible stocks, but if you have a pin stock you can put that on there. Again, that depending on which state you're in. Some states aren't as rigid as us in New South Wales. You can also attach pistol grips, AR grips, the variety of grips is so wide that you just pick the one that you find the best for yourself. I've seen mag releases, different sorts of mag releases. It's just endless the amount of customization you can do, which is great because if you have a 7615 and your mate has one, you don't necessarily have to pick up the same rifle because you'll be able to make it the way you want it and not the way it comes. So that makes this gun a very popular model amongst shooters because of that fact of customization. Alright, so when it comes down to value for money, this is a hot topic here in Australia. Here I think we are paying too much for this rifle, and I think this possibly is due to its popularity, which has caused profiteering. But if we look at the prices in America, they're ranging at around 550 up to 1,000 US. Now, when this came out here in Australia, I remember it being released for about 1,100 Australian dollars, and I've seen it rise as far as $1,800, and that was not too long ago. However, if you shop around, you'll find this for around about $1,450, $1,500. But again, I still think that might be a little bit too much, considering our dollar is pretty much even on par to the US dollar. But when you think about the unit price, you've also got to factor in all the accessories that no doubt you'll end up spending on it, which could equal the same price of the rifle, which makes this a $3,000 gun. Yes, it's fun. However, is it value for money? That really depends on the shooter. But obviously, I bought one, and I'm happy with it. But it really comes down to what you'd be using it for. This is obviously not a long-range rifle, so don't expect it to be accurate at 1,000 yards. Okay, this is an update to the issue I was having with the brass not ejecting. It's been with Remington for just over 6 weeks. I've got it back and it now ejects. I've shot about 100 rounds with no issues. The problem was the extractor. The extractor was either not correct specs or didn't go through quality checking before leaving the factory. Either way, it now has been replaced and it fires fine. Eject brass every time. The brass I'm going to be using is a Winchester, and as with the first video, I'm going to have the safety on lock, so I cannot fire that round. Also, my finger will be up here at the bar, so I can cycle through the rounds. So we'll see how 10 goes. So there's 10 shots, all ejected fine. So if you have any issues with yours, I suggest taking it back to Remington and getting them to repair or replace that extractor. Again, thanks very much for watching, guys. I've had to split this review up into 2 parts just because YouTube only gives me the 10 minutes at the moment. But there will be more videos on this rifle. I'm going to be doing a build, or doing the build on this rifle. It's going to be a multiple part video. I've decided to name the build Mjolnir, and the reason why you'll see in the next video. It'll all become apparent. But hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, like and thumbs up the video, and thank you very much for your support.